First lesson at eCode. Let's go ahead and learn about variables. In this section, you must understand the rules of naming a variable, assign or override a value to variable, and understand four basic data types: strings, boolean, ints, and floats. So let it begin. First is variables. What is a variable? In computer science, we often need to use the data. Variables are used to store a value. Each variable in Java has a data type, a name, a value. There is also three actions for variables. And first is declaring. When you set or declare the data type and name of the variable, these two pieces of variable do not change. Second is assigning. When you set the value of the variable of variable can change. And last is accessing, when you retrieve the value of variable by calling its name. You also should remember that you must declare and assign a variable before you can access it. And there is, you can see example of coding. There is, we have, as you can see, data types, int, boolean, and strings, and naming it, number, true, false, and word, and of their value. In part of accessing, we have method system out println to show our output of coding. In this part of code, you see in output space number 99, and this part of code will show us true, and this part of code will show us word testing. So next is data types. First, I want to talk about integers. Integers, often called int or ints, are whole numbers. They can be positive or negative. You also should not use a comma when you're typing large numbers. And there is, you can see example of coding. There is you can see data type int, name, value, and name, number, and value 50, and outputting method. If click the try it button, you can see number 50, and this work. So next, the second type is floating point numbers, or often called just floats, are numbers with a decimal. They can be positive or negative. There you can see an example, first and second example. And why is float called double? In Java, there is a data type called float, but as it only uses 4 bytes, it is insufficient for math. Instead, we use double, which use 8 bytes or double the space of a float. So next data type is Boolean. Boolean values mean true or false. You will see how Boolean values are used when we talk about conditionals and while loops. We will talk about conditionals and while loop a little bit after. As there is, you can see an example of coding. There is, we have data types Boolean, names is fun, and value true, and outputting method. And this code is correct, and all command was successfully executed. So I guess its last data types is strings. A string is a collection of text, numbers, of symbols. Strings are also surrounded by quotation marks. There is an example, value, data types string, name, words, and value. This is a string and outputting method. Let's click it, and this part of coding is working correctly. So here, let's talk about declaring a variable. Declaring a variable has two parts: setting of declaring the data type and the name of variable. These two pieces of variable do not change. To declare a variable, data type, type the data type and name of the variable you want to create, and use semicolon. You will notice we are not printing anything. That's because no value has been assigned yet. The declaration step sets aside empty memory. And here we have 4 rules of naming a variable. First rule is start with a letter, dollar, sign, or underscore, and you can here see correct format and incorrect format. The second rule is talk about reminder of variable name is letters, numbers, or underscore. Correct format and incorrect format. And next rule is cannot use a Java keyword, correct format and incorrect format. And last rule is variables are case sensitive. You can see correct format. So I guess it's and last topic of this section is initializing, assigning, and accessing. We call the process of setting the initial value of a variable initialization. You can do this separately after the declaration or combine it into the same statement as the declaration. There is an example of what I just talked about. Since the value stored in a variable can change, we call changing the value assigning or reassigning. Use the assignment operator to give a variable new value. Accessing variables. Enter the code below and see the result of the println commands. You use the code visualizer to see how the value of my variable change. Yes, you can see a string. You can see the type, name, and value, and println command and println command. Yes. When we use a variable's name to get the value, like in the println statement above, we say we are accessing the variable. Yes. Yes, that's all. And the is we have a formative assessment for you, and you will do it in our site. So, bye.